Samantha, 64 people and 34 units have been displaced because of the fire at this apartment complex. These are the Apex apartments, and as you can see, fire crews are still working on hot spots at this apartment complex. Now, as you're looking at this building, the roof is completely engulfed, and if you look on the very bottom, you can see debris from the roof on the very front of this apartment complex. Chief Christy Malone tells me that they first got the call for this fire right behind me around 12 o'clock. They say once the first crew got on scene, it was a working fire, so they had to call for extra help, and as you can see behind me, there are still crews working on this as well. Now, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office is currently checking for hot spots, and as you can hear and even feel, the wind is very strong today, and they say that the windy conditions like this on red flag days makes it concerning. Now, Colorado Parks and Wildlife tells me it starts by knowing the difference between the snakes, and the two most common ones here is the bull snake and the rattlesnake. Now, when it comes to those differences, the rattlesnake has a rattler while the bull snake doesn't. Also, the rattlesnake is venomous and the bull snake is not. The number of DUIs might have went down when it comes to the DUI crashes, the people that have died in those crashes. They say that even one death is just too many. Now, like you just mentioned, I am off of I-25, and that's where troopers tell me they've seen the most DUI-related crashes. The police tell us as they responded to the shooting on Palmer Park Boulevard around 1:30 this morning, they found a man with a gunshot wound. The decision to jump to a stage 2 burn restriction will come from how dry the fuels are in Teller County. He says in the last couple of weeks, they have responded to 3 fires in the area, each spanning 7 to 8 acres. The Cordova says she wants her sister to be remembered as the wonderful woman she was and for all the lives she touched. She tells us Julie worked as a CNA, providing assistance to others. Artists tell us they can reach temperatures up to 2,000 degrees. Now, in unincorporated parts of El Paso County, those items are legal. However, according to the sheriff's office, aerial and explosive fireworks are still not allowed. Now, this is an 11 breaking news alert. 2 people have died after a fatal crash on I-25 in Pueblo. Authorities say the crash happened around midnight near exit 101. We start this morning with an 11 breaking news alert. Police are still looking for a suspect after a shooting in a parking lot at a bar in Colorado Springs this morning. Police were called to the scene on Pikes Peak and Academy to reports of a man being shot around 12 this morning. Information this afternoon on a fire that left more than 60 people without a home. The Apex apartment complex caught fire Friday night after being struck by lightning. The apartment owners say initial findings suggest fire alarms and sprinklers were in working order. With an 11 breaking news alert. Police are looking for suspects after a robbery near a convenience store on North Academy in Montebello this morning. Police tell us they were called to the scene around 4 after what they believe to be a robbery of a person at a convenience store. Well, we're following an 11 call for action investigation on a story we first told you about on 11 News. A Colorado Springs school is shut down indefinitely after an investigation by the newly founded Colorado Department of Early Childhood. This woman, Sarah Jones, is on administrative leave from Mitchell High School. She's accused of sexual assault on a child by a person in a position of trust. According to arrest papers, the teen's family did not have a permanent home, and this led to him staying with Jones where the alleged crimes happened. The doctor with the latest on COVID-19. COVID cases in Colorado are on the decline, and we did see a surge in cases earlier this summer. Experts say this was from the BA.5 subvariant, but in the last 4 weeks, there has been a downward trend. Started with an 11 breaking news alert. We're still looking to learn more about a shooting that happened last night around 5:30 at the Come and Go on Hancock and Jetwing. Police say they responded to the call of a man suffering from a gunshot wound, and despite life-saving efforts, the man died on scene. See 11 breaking news alert. We're still learning more after one man was sent to the hospital this morning after being shot at the New Havana Bar and Grill on North Academy. Police arrived on the scene around 2 a.m. to reports of that shooting. Now, this is a live look at the scene. Our crew says one person appeared to be in custody and 2 people were detained on scene. Now, we may know by Monday whether police are searching for a suspect or if they made any arrests in a deadly shooting outside a restaurant in Colorado Springs. It happened early Friday morning around 2 a.m. at the Havana Grill near North Academy and Constitution. Police is also an 11 breaking news alert. A man is in custody after an alleged robbery at a store. This happened at the 6,000 block of Stetson Hills Boulevard around 7 last night. This is near Powers. Now, well, happening today, Coloradans who have yet to file taxes can get free help in order to make sure they can still get a Colorado cashback refund check.
You have no place to go. You know what I mean? So from having a place to go to not having a place to go, you know, that just doesn't make sense.
Vanessa and Henry Moore were eating dinner in their living room Friday when their home caught fire.
I started yelling, screaming, ran and got out.
The fire burned down the garage and 2 of their sheds. Most of their belongings were lost in the flames.
I have family heirlooms. I have things of my mother's and my grandmother's that were inside of my she shed. I have, vintage fabric and things that I love in there. A carousel horse that my husband got me for our anniversary.
The fire left the couple with no items or a place to go, but they are thankful for their lives. Both co-owner Doug Wolf and the Moores tell me they were in the process of being evicted. Wolf says even though their property burned down, they have insurance and will rebuild.
We do have insurance on the property, so we will attempt to rebuild. At the very least, we will restore it, and then we'll take it from there.
Everyone involved is thankful no one was hurt, and the fire damage to the home was only minimum. Reporting in Colorado Springs, Brian Sherrod, KKTV 11 News.
You're good. Y'all are fine. You guys are fine.
I see people here of all sorts of shape, color, sexuality, and I've never felt more welcomed and more at peace with myself, pretty much, if that makes sense.
Hundreds in the LGBTQ community and fellow allies are coming together to celebrate unity. Everyone is welcomed.
As a disabled LGBTQ person, I don't even know. It's a safe space, and I'm trying to reteach my brain like I can exist in public spaces. So it's just being disabled and coming out to a thing like this was really terrifying, but it's a party. It's fun.
Each stand at Pikes Peak Pride provides resources for queer people of all ages and gender. Attendees tell me this is the best place to learn about yourself.
If you're worried about judgment and like something being wrong, or like feeling like if you say something wrong or do something wrong or are wrong some way, then you're not going to explore, you're not going to learn and like develop as a person. So being able to come out and be yourself and feel however you feel and then talk to people about it and develop yourself is just really, important.
And this weekend, it's all about flaunting your pride and accepting the skin that you are in.